Damn these Biloxi blues, it happens every night.
Every night. Happens every night.
Never met a riverboat
Every night.
that could ever be a friend of mine.
I have not.
The summer heat never treats me kind, it leaves trouble on my mind. So I'm bidding farewell, putting in my notice, and I'll see you at another
I've got a guest that's going to sing. Go. No, just kidding. Actually, do it. The mystery guest. You don't know the words? No, I don't care. Come on. Right here, this is your moment. Nope.
I just like to listen to it. The problem is you talk too much over it.
Yeah.
A lot of us just want to hear.
Okay, here we go.
Listen.
We're just going to let them listen right here to the hook.
Just a white line gypsy.
There it is.
Mississippi with just enough gas to get there.
That was a really good version of that you just did.
The song's fire. That's all there is to it. The song's fire.
Well, we're still playing it. Still playing it. For the first time, I went into the second verse.
Some people would say you're probably better off if you played that your entire podcast instead of talking.
Just on repeat. Low budget live. Not so live. And this is not the low budget live bar and grill. And I'm not alone.
No.
There's people all over. There are people behind me. There's people hiding behind stuff. There are special guests waiting in the wings. And you know what? I was going to do my normal song and dance for the low lifers, but I got to introduce right now because I had to have you on the intro. My partner in crime.
Oh, yeah.
For 2021.
Hey, now.
One of the reasons I'm down here in Eufaula, Alabama, in a cabin, my man, the big cat.
Boom goes a dynamite. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, ladies, I heard a little break.
A little bit. That mic's hot, but you're good. You're good.
I'm hot.
I'm the sound guy. Fat Cat Newton, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm shook up, man. I'm back on the low budget live. I can't even get my words out.
Well, this is really the first time it's been like you.
Shook up.
The very first weekend I ever did this, the Forest Wood Cup, 3 years ago. We were at the Blue Marlin restaurant, and you dropped by for some IG Live. You did. You were on the very first weekend. We did 3 nights, and you were one of the first ever LBL guests. Is
that the night that I dropped by, and you guys were already gone?
Yeah.
And that bar was suspect, son.
Yes.
That bar was
very suspect.
Yeah.
Very suspect.
Everybody in there was wearing loafers, and they were walking real lightly.
Yeah, well, to each their own. That's what I say.
Hey, man, me too, man. I've got a pair of those loafers. We've all seen them before.
We've all been there, maybe
right,
one time or another. I don't know if our special guest today, our second special guest, has ever been there. We're going to keep him or her waiting in the wings. We don't even know.
We don't even know.
Fat Cat and I are down in Eufaula, Alabama for the NPFL Meeting Anglers, filming content. Been having a great weekend down here, but we have a very special announcement today that we're going to get to. But we've got some other things we have to get to, just like every other week on Low Budget Live. And this is LBL for Monday, January 11th, 2021. And I do got to say that 2021 is just about as crazy as 2020 so far after this week. We think, Big Cat?
They all blended together, dude.
It was like there was a speed bump on December 31st, but then we just jumped it on your big red 3-wheeler.
Yeah. Wah-wah! Yeah, dude, I'm not even
in gear and roll with it.
I think a lot of us at this point are just numb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
what could happen next? That could happen next. There's a dude wearing a buffalo hat.
Yeah, next thing you know,
Next thing you know, guy on a buffalo breaks in the daggum Capitol, and here we are.
Yep.
It's been a wild week, but we're trying to have some fun on Low Budget and down here with the NPFL. And I want to say thank you to StarTron, Starbright for bringing you Low Budget Live for years and years and years. StarTron kicking ethanol in the teeth. In fact, I'm going to put you on the spot. Have you ever used StarTron?
Oh, man. You kidding me? Me and StarTron.
As much as you like a chainsaw. Like we talked about chainsaws earlier at dinner. Ethanol will ruin your chainsaw.
It will ruin your chainsaw. Yeah, dude, hey, I've got a 7.3 Power Stroke.
You got.
Yeah.
You just got out of the shop. You're telling me because of ethanol.
Right. A lot of times I'll put like 30, 40 gallons of ethanol in it, just straight ethanol.
Yeah.
And then I'll use the.
I've never see what Startron.
I've never used it. I tell you what I have used. So we got Startron, Starbright, upholstery, mildew.
Yeah, that stuff ain't no joke,
bro. Now,
I don't know what's in it.
They're proud of it.
Yeah,
I know they're sponsored,
right.
but it's
They're
worth every penny.
It is worth every penny.
I think I paid $15 for a bottle of it, but it would have ruined. I had a set of seats for my boat. Probably got they'd been reupholstered a year ago. Let them marinate outside. Got mildewed. Hit them with that stuff, bro. Shout out to Starbright upholstery stuff.
So Startron, Starbright, they make tons of different cleaners like that. But we want to thank them for bringing you Low Budget Live. Got to say a big thank you to Sims Fishing Products. Not wearing any Sims tonight, but you know what? I got this LBL swag on, and sometimes you gotta rock it. The big cat is rocking the NPFL official logo. We just became company men this week here. Like we
overnight
are dialed, son. We got stickers. We got, you name it, we got it. But I want to thank you. Big thank you to Sims for bringing you Low Budget Live, and remind all you low lifers out there, you get one life. Fish it well. And last this week, but certainly not least, look at this. The official boat of LBL. And we're getting close. I see y'all commenting. Man, I think it's fake. Fake news. You're not even getting an express boat. Well, I got news for you. That sucker's about to come home. We got a good phone call this week from the fine folks at Express. Taking care of you, boy. We're getting very, very close. Going to be a lot of content on that X21.
Shout out to Bo Jackson.
Shout out to Bo Jackson, right?
Yes.
Like, how cool is that?
That's crazy.
To be working with a company that works with Bo Jackson.
Bo knows, baby.
Bo knows everything. And he's got like a signature series catfish boat, and I just love that. But there's been a lot of talk about all these crazy boat changes everybody's going through this year, and I'm very proud to be a part of that family business, the Herndon family, taking care of all of us anglers. And I promise you, if you make a switch to Express, you will not regret it. So can't wait to get in that X21. All right.
About 12 minutes into it.
We're about 12 minutes in. Actually, yeah, close. But Fat Cat, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man.
Let's do this. We got all that. You got your cash and rides hat on. You are a man of the people. You know that you got to work them spots. You got to work for them sponsors.
You got to work them sponsors. Yeah, and every once in a while, when the sponsor doesn't give you what you think you deserve, you can always make a video about it,
TikTok
and then put them on blast, because other potential sponsors love to see you do that. So it's always good.
Who are you talking about did that?
Brock Mosley.
Brock did that. The funniest thing about that video to me, and I don't know Brock, but the funniest thing about it was he was pissed off about TikTokers and he went and made a TikTok.
Bless his heart.
To grab about it.
Yeah, bless his heart. And I'm sure he didn't mean anything by it. It came across like, well, it just, to me, it didn't make sense.
It was raw emotion.
Yeah, right? There you go. Sure. Absolutely.
I think it was like he got off the phone. He's like, you know what? I got something to say about this, man.
And times are changing, baby. Times are changing. You've got your old, not all the older crew, but you have a certain group of fellas that bring up the electronics and how the newer electronics, there's an edge for that, yada, yada, yada. Then you have a group of anglers that talk about the social media, how things are evolving.
Very much.
No doubt about it. And sometimes it's hard to adapt to that change. You don't want to, I get it. You got some old sticks, dudes, that can cold straight catch them, and they believe their fishing should do the talking. But we're in that generation where that your sponsors, one of their first questions are, how many followers do you have?
Yeah, that's where it went at some point, And I've talked about that a bunch on here, and I don't think people maybe that aren't as deep in the industry as you and I are, and like trying to carve our way in it, realize that how much that shift has happened. And I try to educate the folks on that, because it has, because like my dad, like his age group, right? He's very old school. Like you fishing does the talking, you get on stage, you do your thing, you go home. You didn't have being a professional fisherman now, or an influencer, whatever, in this industry, a promoter, it is so much harder now. You have to work at it, and you can't get complacent. And I think that's what a lot of pros that are of that old school mentality are finding out. Like, dude, it ain't just about showing up at the lake, practicing, and going home. Now, is that good or bad?
Well, I understand where some of them are coming from, because that's not what they signed up for. This industry may have taken a turn that they don't agree with. So they decided to go a different route, and I totally get that, man. I've dealt with guys and talked to guys that just don't get social media. They don't want to deal with it. And I remember a couple years ago that a lot of guys were making fun of all the YouTubers. And a lot of those guys making fun of the YouTubers now have their own YouTube channel.
Right.
You know, so it's
slippery
just,
slope.
It
you never
is,
know where
man.
you're going to find yourself.
Yeah, and like, you know, yeah, it's a slippery slope. I don't know. We can sit here and talk about that all night long.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I mean, do we got memory cards? Do we got batteries in the camera?
Well, let's talk.
There's cameras all over the place. I feel like we could talk about it all night. What do you think about all the crazy sponsor changes going on? Like this, Mercer and I on LD and MC called it musical boats. Like there's this mass exodus from Ranger and and you're seeing guys pop up at different places.
If it don't make money, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm a sponsor and I'm investing into you and I don't see a return on my investment, that's bad business.
Cut it off.
And now I'm going to try something else. It may not work, but it's just to where, it's just change, man. It's
change.
Yeah.
It's changing, man. We've seen lots of changes, but this year I feel like has just been, this offseason was just wild.
Yeah.
Speaking of change, though, it's a perfect segue. Dude, you and I, we have a chemistry, right? Like it does,
a little bit.
There's a chemistry there, and I can't wait. We're 2 months away. We're down here at Eufaula, and I said this last week when I was talking about making this trip. It's getting real. It's getting real fast.
Oh, yeah.
We're down here. We're meeting some of our anglers for the first time, and you're putting names to faces. You've seen these names on a list or on a post, or guys that have reached out to us on social media. Now we're meeting them.
Yeah.
We're down here with the guys. We're planning. We're on site. We're looking at the boat ramp. We're in it. We're in Eufaula. We're meeting with the chamber, and it's real.
Yeah, man,
it's real.
These past couple of days have been eye-opening, and like you say, I still wasn't sure if it was going to happen. And hey, listen, man, it's March is a long ways away at this current climate of what's going
craziness, yeah.
But wow, man, it's going to happen. It's crazy.
We're here.
Yeah,
we're here.
It's nuts.
What are your emotions like going in thinking about day one when they turn on that red button at Eufaula? And me and you and maybe somebody else are talking about fishing and watching these guys out here on a lake that I think they're going to crush them on at that time, barring some crazy weather thing. Going to be a lot of giants waiting, big stringers. What are you thinking? Like you gonna have the butterflies at?
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, hey, dude. 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Bubble guts. Oh yeah, my nerves. But once I start running them lips and shaking them hips, it's all she wrote. But like you said, leading up to that, man, the anxiety is like, you just don't want to let anybody down. We're gonna have so many people talking about it, and then I've said a few things. You've said things like we don't. If you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. If you're going to sit here and talk about other people doing things and how they carry themselves, well, then we have to hold ourselves to a whole lot higher standard. So it's, we got, we better be in our P's and Q's or T's and I's or whatever the
metaphor is there.
Yeah, that's right. We don't need to give anyone any ammunition. You know what I mean? It's just to where my main thing, to be honest, is to make sure all of our anglers make it back safe. Hopefully they all catch a limit, but we get them back safe, I'll be happy. For the first event, I just want to see everybody come back to the ramp.
Are you trying to say
and then we'll roll
get lost or something?
Dude, hey, it's a big lake. Alligators out here. What are we talking about? We had a good story earlier.
Dude, listen, I think we can tell the story. I didn't sign an NDA about the meeting we went to today. So we're meeting with the chamber today, and we were talking about live release boats and different things, and Miss Ann with the chamber in Eufaula was like, well, good, because we got some of our dinosaurs down here. They like to pick off the bass when you release them. But where do you have to worry about that? Was crazy. She called them dinosaurs, which I love.
Yeah. But there was one they had removed over in Bobby's Cove by the Witch's Ditch or whatever they were talking about. Big Earl, the alligator,
Big Earl
said it was 87 foot long.
It was really too long to fit in the boat. They got it out there. It had a lot of drag.
T-Roy came down on the broussard.
He cut it up. Buck knife.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to Buck Knives if y'all like to join. Y'all used to sponsor FLW back in the day. RIP FLW. Pour a little star trot out for them.
Buck 110, baby.
Yeah, Buck 110. Bring it. So, what have you thought, meeting the anglers, getting to know these guys? I mean, I'm getting the ones I got to talk to today, they're nervous, they're excited, but there's this overall feeling between the ownership group, We got the media team down here, Twin Visuals, Tanner and Travis
Yeah.
Lyons, killing it. But there's this, with the anglers, there's this feeling like there's a movement, right? Like there's something like you're a part of something.
Absolutely.
And, or a family vibe, right? It is, you know what? We're out to prove people, because when this idea first came up, I know you and I have talked about this. We talked about this on the podcast with the ownership group. I was like, okay, yeah, we were joking about it last night. Yeah, you guys got a tournament truck. Guess what? I started one too. Because it was so long ago. Like when they start 2 years ago, hey, they make this announcement, we're doing this. I'm like, okay, well, talk to me when you get closer to time.
Hey, man.
And it's a crazy thing.
When they're first coming around, the NPFL, the not professional fishing league, and you would hear, and I'm sure they're going to get more creative. We're going to hear more crazy stuff, and they might take that one and run with it. High five and fist bump. But
you just got fired, by the way. Our boss was right there. He didn't like that one.
Hey, dude, I'm going to say it before they say it. So I don't, you know what I'm saying?
And that, look, man, to anybody that would say that, this is what I would say. If you are better, if you think you're a better angler than the guys that are going to show up and put their, jobs on hold, that are going to show up day in and day out for 6 of these events, then sign up and fish it.
Come on.
Okay, and it's the same if you're talking about a dude on FLW. You're talking about an Elite Series guy. Bass Master, pony up.
That's it, baby.
Pony up. It's easy to sit there. And my favorite thing is Mom's Base, but it's easy to sit there and go, oh, stupid. Oh, yeah, look, they got Fat Cat Luke. Dumbass. Whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's
so
easy.
True.
It's easy to get caught up in that on the internet. But, man, all I know is this. It may not say Kevin Van Dam in the standings, but I promise you these dudes are going to catch them. And by the end of 6 events, we're going to do our freaking best job to make sure you know about their lives, know about their techniques, and hopefully going into year 2, you're like, dude, I can't wait to see what Angler X does.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to showcasing talent. And that's one thing. But, the nobodies and things of that nature. Everybody was a nobody at one. Yeah, right on, man. So we have a platform here, and we're giving these guys the ability to get out there and fish for big money, and to get to really, sky's the limit, man. Like I really don't. I was going to go somewhere with that, but then I thought about what we ate earlier, and I was like, I wish I had another cheeseburger from down there.
Well, and speaking of, totally off the subject of NPFL anglers and working towards a goal, and I hope, I mean, no disrespect by this, but probably the greatest thing of our entire weekend was that we found out that Eufaula not only has the best donut in Alabama, which I want to get to that discussion with you, but the best cheeseburger in Alabama, which we had tonight, and it don't play. Like, it's
legit.
It's legit. It's legit. And then they get the best barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
And we got a barbecue sample. So basically, we're rolling deep on some calories today. But I want to take it back to one thing. This is not fishing related at all. Like, you and I, known you for a while, really respect you. But today I lost some respect for you.
I'll fight you right now.
Yeah, I lost some respect for you in that this lady looks at us and says, the best donut in Alabama. It's the best donut in Alabama. And, dude, I almost cried when I heard that it was right down the street. And in the middle of this meeting, I lost all focus. Like, I could have lost my job because they could ask me anything and I couldn't answer it, right? Because I was just focused up on sugary bread at that point in my life, icing, filling. Just there. And when we pulled up, and there were a few of us, and we went to film a little something there, you looked at me and said, donuts are dumb.
Oh, yeah. Donuts are dumb.
And I think a little piece of me died right there. I was like, I thought this guy was the ultimate partner in crime. Like, we were going to have each other's back. Know what? And you said, donuts are dumb, and I don't like pancakes.
That is just bread. What are we talking about? Oh, you got a piece of bread, you put syrup on it, you got a piece of bread, and you put some pink icing on it. I'm good. I don't want bread. Give me a pork chop, stamp a hole in a pork chop, and that'll be my donut. Donuts can suck it. I don't care about donuts or pancakes or bread. I need meat, baby.
Unless Dunkin' Donuts is watching this, and they
have great breakfast sandwiches. Love your breakfast sandwiches. I'm not sure
Dunkin',
what the meat is in it.
A mystery.
Yeah, it definitely.
Dunkin' Donuts, you can get a sack full of bacon. They call it snack bacon.
Really?
That's real life. Yeah, my dad gets it all the time. I'm like, hey, Pop, super good idea. He's like, I got my snacking bacon.
Nice.
Like, it's a little bag open.
Comes with a bottle of blood pressure medicine stuff.
It should for Pop. It should for old Marty D. So, something else has kind of happened while we're down here. There's been, you and I we've thrown it out there on social media. There's been a lot of rumors going around about co-hosts. Because you're going to be on the water. You're on the water commentator. I'm going to be at the events. We're going to be broadcasting from the events, hanging with the anglers, hanging with the fans, doing the thing. Lakeside, all 6 events. But you will not be, more times than not, the way it's being set up right there with me in the studio. So go get me another partner in crime. It's been, dude, I've heard everything people think. Mike Iconelli.
Oh, yeah, I just see that.
That's a big one right now. I mean, I think even TMZ picked it up. Mike Iconelli. NPFL's a lot of letters. TMZ, Ike, and NPFL's a lot of letters. It's a lot of letters.
A lot of letters.
A lot of letters, let's be honest. But they picked it up and ran with it. I've heard, I bet Dave Mercer's leaving Bassmaster. He's going to be your co-host. And actually, I didn't even invite him. I'm sorry. I didn't even call Dave. Because we got that podcast. I just didn't want too many projects.
I get it.
Because ultimately, I don't trust Canadians.
Oh,
you know,
is that right?
I'm letting that out here. Yeah. I don't know yet. We're still young in our relationship.
Right.
He seems to be a good man, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, I mean,
he's cool. He's all right.
You know,
I dig Dave. Yeah, like you said, the whole Canadian thing. There was like,
He's locked down right now, so I shouldn't be talking too bad about it because he listens to every podcast. I love you, Mercer. But you know, he probably would have turned
one of the best to ever do it. Real talk.
He is the best. Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, dude. And I just know, like, that's one part. I know when I MC, it's going to be, you know, I'm the boom goes the dynamite guy. He's the boom shakalaka kind of guy. I'm not going to be I'm going to be biting his style hollering boom goes the dynamite. So if I ever do, that's what I think about, like being compared to if I ever do MC. And when I've MC'd in the past, it's just like Mercer has that.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah. Dude, watching him at the Daggone Classic coming out, dude, those
videos he shoots.
Oh, yeah, that's
classic, like the Super 6 stuff. I tell him that all the time, just fanboying out. I'm like, dude,
he does a great job, yeah.
But his on camera stuff's really good too. But yeah, he's not going to be.
So he's not coming.
He's not coming. I ran through the list, dude. I called Zona. I got the NPFL to be like, hey man, we'll fly you here on our private NPFL jet.
Yeah.
Denied the flight.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like, lost a little bit for
slap
him.
In the face.
Like, he wouldn't get on the plane. Plane flew from Missouri to Michigan. He left it sitting on the tarmac. But that being said, we had a little audition down here, which some of you may have seen on social media or will see on social media. And we, through a rigorous interview process.
It was hard.
And
I'm not even
picked a winner.
I hope it's not a dud.
Yeah, I hope it's not a dud either. I'm going to. I got to turn on a microphone, and I got to reset this camera real quick. And then we're gonna enter. Like it's gonna go down. Like that's the most low budget thing that's ever happened. A big announcement, and I had to reset the camera. That happens all the time. You low lifers out there know. So I can't tell you how excited I am about this co-host. Like I couldn't have been more pumped. Like when you and we figured out that we're going to be doing this together, and truly, this co-host is somebody that I didn't even think would be in the cards. No way.
Doesn't even make sense. It's crazy.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
A legend, a true legend that has more titles by his name in bass fishing than he has fingers and toes. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he doesn't have all his fingers and toes. There's no way.
No.
There's no way.
Wild Adam was a gnawed him
Listen,
off, sure.
This guy, like if you follow him, he's out there hunting something.
He gutted a deer with his teeth one time.
I saw it. I saw a video today. I think we just got to bring him on.
Yeah, dude.
He's in the green room. Right over here, ladies and gentlemen, me and the Big Cats co-host, the one, the only David freaking Dudley, baby. Come on with it. White headphones. Slide right on in there.
Does it match my shirt?
It does.
G'd up, baby. G'd up.
First of all, this has been the topic of conversation. You had. I just want to jump right into this, and then we'll get into the whole NPFL thing, which is ultimately why you're here. COVID.
Yeah, COVID saved my life, no doubt.
COVID saved your life.
It did, no doubt. And when I went in for COVID, I ended up coming out, finding out I had diabetes. And if you are a diabetic, A1C is a 3-month average of your blood sugar level, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 you're in desperate trouble. I had a 12.1 A1C. I was in coma stage. I was ready to lose my feet, my arms, my limbs, going into it. My kidneys shutting down. Like, the doctors were looking at me in the hospital and going, dude, you know you're a diabetic? No. Yes, you are. And you are in desperate need of medicine and all that. So anyways, yes. It saved my life, and even though and when you mix a diabetic and a person with asthma, and you get COVID, it stomped my rear end. It stomped my rear end. And sugar, and I told people this a lot, is sugar is a stimulant just like a drug, right? Yeah. It truly is a drug. And I abused my pancreas. I was a sugarholic, and I'm not saying that jokingly. I truly was.
I witnessed a little bit of that today. We'll get there.
I was a sugarholic.
There's video.
And just like an alcoholic drinking his liver down. I'll take all dibs, man. I was a I consumed so much sugar that my pancreas said, "I'm done. I'm done. You wore me out." At 45 years old, my pancreas says, "I can't take it anymore. You're done." And boom, now I got a life-changing situation in my life where, in the first week after when I found out I had COVID, of course I had to cut out sugars. It truly was like I was in a drug rehab center. And again, sugar is a stimulant. I was sweating pounds of water off of me. Jeez. But freezing. I would wake up in my bed from sleeping for an hour. I'd wake up. It looked like my body imprint on the bed. I was coughing. I ended up getting a hernia in my belly button because I coughed so much. Now I got a bulging out belly button.
This is a kid show.
Blur that out.
Exactly. So it was.
Now you got them abs, but I feel like I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel like now that you're slim and trim, you're like. I feel like you're getting it out a little bit. You're like, oh, hey, you two, what's up? What's up?
Get us demonetized.
Then all of a sudden, oh, yeah, I'm going to co-host with you, Luke. Oh, and the big cat, look. Oh, hey, what's up? What's up?
We're going to have a showing of abs after the last tournament. We're going to have a showing of abs. Me and Luke side by side.
Let me tell you something, Dudley. You keep your abs to yourself. There won't be any abs on this end of the program. Now, I'm going to try to walk 500 miles this year because I said that on the last podcast, and I'm on that. But there won't be any ab showing. And there are going to be a lot of interesting things on NPFL Live, I feel like, but I hope that there's not any ab showing from any of us. We just got to keep him under wraps because I've seen it 3 or 4 times today. I feel like he's just, what's up? It's like male model. It's like I don't know Dudley anymore, right?
He's been showing off.
Yeah. He's like,
he was like, which way do we go? This way or that way?
Yeah. He's like, anybody know where the racquetball court is?
Laid back stretching.
Where's that racquetball court at? Yeah, I'm seeing it. So I want to say, all that aside, dude, first of all, I'm glad that you got COVID.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I've known you a long time, dude, and you're like me. You're stubborn. You probably ain't going to the doctor like you should.
He's the kind of dude, if he gets a cut, he'll rub dirt in it.
Of course.
Like a lot of, you know what I mean?
He's just you're just old school.
Country, baby,
yeah. And country strong. And when that happened, man, it just was a total reset for you. So I'm glad that, dude, and hearing you talk like you're excited about your new lifestyle. A lot of people could have took that as not a death sentence, but like just get down in the dumps. Yeah, man, I'm diabetic. I got to change the way I do things. But you have adapted to it for sure. Like you've been talking to me for 2 days about everything you got going on, and dude, you're excited about it. It's cool to hear.
I have learned so much. Of course, you hear a lot about the general, population of Americans, where we're at as far as size, but I have learned so much, and it's not like I'm this little health freak. I've put some videos up on my channel about health and what I'm doing myself, and I'm not coming across to anybody like I'm this,
I was going to say that earlier, like watching your stuff. So sometimes when people quit smoking, they want to tell everybody else to quit smoking, or it
like
bothers
a holier than thou.
Sure,
Right. Yeah.
And we don't get that vibe from him.
Yeah.
He's letting you know what he's doing, what works for him, and everything. Educating. He's talking to you instead of talking at you. So
because I don't like that either. So I've been it's been a lifestyle change to me, and I've gotten excited because I know what it's given me more energy in my life. I've rejuvenated my muscle, everything. And you yourself become much happier. You become, I don't know what it is. There's this vibe that comes in you and you want it more. But the biggest thing is you got to have it right here. If you don't have an attitude of like, I'm going to do it. This is going to happen. I'm going to. And when I got, and I was forced to do it, but once you get that attitude and then you get motivated, then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I got this. Like you defeated.
Speaking from experience, I've lost. You can go back. I've been, from my videos from 2014 to now, you can watch my weight fluctuate up and down. So losing that weight, I'm glad you're doing it. The main thing is, like you say, changing your lifestyle. And the hardest thing for me, and I know a lot of people that struggle with weight, is keeping it off.
Maintaining.
That is the hardest part, man. That's why the word diet is whatever, but it has to be a change of lifestyle, period.
Yep. Or it doesn't work.
And that's what I'm taking from him these past couple of days, is just that we were somewhere earlier and I had a Monster Zero. And everybody's talking or whatever, not even talking about anything like that. We were talking about the league. And I noticed Dully just reaches over and picks my can up. And while everybody's talking, he's just reading my can.
Yeah.
Just to see what's in the can, because now you're educating yourself. You want to see, because I'm sure you would say, Big Dale, this right here's got this in it, that in it.
Yeah, I was just wanting to learn myself.
Right. I bet that stuff's got Startron in it.
Yeah.
It ain't good for you. It's good. It's good for kicking ethanol in the teeth, but it'll probably make your teeth rot out or your intestines or something.
So far, I've only
so if I was to give one tip is stay away from carbs and sugars. Like that, those two things, the weight will come off of you rapidly. Just stay away from, you can have some, what I've learned, you can have some carbs, don't get, I try to keep mine 50 carbs or less a day, which you got to have it. And sugars, you can just stay away from sugars almost completely. But carbs and sugars, I haven't had a piece of bread, rice or potatoes in 8 weeks. Any style of potatoes, potato chips, no rice, bread, and it's been exciting.
As I listen to him, you remember Step Brothers in the movie? His brother Derek says, "I haven't had a carb in 16 years," and he's got his abs keeled up. They're all slicked up. That's what I feel like we're headed into.
And then it's hit him in the nose. That's what I like to do right now. Talking about being healthy, and I'm just like,
you said you want to punch me right now, don't you?
I'm kind of wanting to scoot this way right now. I mean, he's thinking it. I ain't gonna put it past him.
Well, listen. He's unhinged. He watched you break your diet. He hates donuts. He watched you eat a donut today against.
I didn't eat
your wife knew
the
that.
whole donut.
You ate a bite. I
ate a bite. I had to sacrifice something for a video. And I'm not kidding you. It's like an alcoholic taking a sip of alcohol.
Let's talk about the ride after that, though. So you took a bite.
So no joke.
This is incriminating evidence.
I know. I took a bite of this donut and I put it back into the package that it was in, and it was like an alcoholic drinking it, and I was sitting there like, that was so good. I missed it. Where have you been for 8 weeks?
For sure.
And I'm sitting there and I set it in the seat, and I was like, I just kept looking at it, and I was ready to destroy it. It was a big Long John with sugary cream, chocolate, this long, and I kept looking at it, and finally I said, guys, I can't take it. I took the donut, rolled down the window, and I threw it out the window, but little did I know that there was a car coming behind me. I threw it out the window because I couldn't take it, and it's just, you have to have that mentality, like, I don't even want to get it out of here, and I took a bite, and that one hit of sugar could have sent me back.
Spiral.
The car hit the windshield wipers and just white cream went right. No, I didn't do that.
This lady was Ace Ventura. She stuck her hand out the window.
It was you driving and your license plate, so
Ain't no doubt. So any of my sponsors here that I'm throwing donuts on people you follow, I apologize. It's the new co-host, which has brought us right here, man. We go from donuts to diabetes to everything, right back to co-hosting. And look, I think this announcement, I think when they first announced I'm coming on, I did the podcast with Brad and Paul, and we announced it, and there were people that weren't shocked, really. You know, like, Luke likes to run his mouth. That seems like something he might like to do. But then they announced Fat Cat. Us as a team, people are like, what are these guys cooking, man? Like, this is okay, you got my attention. And we've kicked around a lot of ideas, and we have, I want to say this too, publicly, we've joked about co-host turning us down and all that stuff.
Right.
It
never happened.
Right.
Never happened. And there was one guy I had in mind. Me and Mr. Brad Fuller were talking about it one day, and I said, dude, I don't know. I don't know if it's a possibility. But I want to start this by saying David Dudley is not quitting fishing.
Yes.
Right.
David Dudley is still very much a professional bass angler like he's always been. He's going to be competing on the Bass Pro Tour for his second year this year. But fortunately for us, those schedules do not conflict. Fortunately for us, you okayed it by them. We're going to end all questions because I don't want anybody to go, you mean they're actually going to let that happen? No problems at all.
Nope.
Supportive, encouraged it. Do it.
Yeah.
Go make us proud, right?
That's right.
That was the thing.
I walked through every step that I thought I should have, called people ahead of time and said, hey, here's an opportunity, and got the green light on everything, and so here I am. I'm excited. What excites me the most, too, is that let's just say there's 200 professional, what are classified up until this point, 200 professionals in the world. But yet, like in basketball and baseball, there's a certain amount of professionals. But there's a lot of guys out there that can play basketball better than Kobe, or, you name them. Yeah. LeBron James. There's people who've never gotten their chance to play and could whoop any basketball player out there. But here at NPFL, we've created another league that a lot of people you probably don't know, but I can tell you right now, are studs. I know their background of where their history, about the lakes that they're at, the regions that they're at, and we get to expose people that you were like, nobody could beat LeBron James. Yeah, I bet you there is people out there that can beat better than LeBron. I bet you there is people out there that can beat Tiger Woods in just about every golf course there is, but just don't have that.
Or the timing wasn't right in their life to pursue it at that very moment. And we've got a lot of that. We've got a lot of young. Different.
We also have guys that have been on tour, that have fished the big leagues before.
That's right.
That had to take time off because of family things. They've been off 10, 12 years, and now they're coming back.
And here's the thing about it. We're going to have 10 cameras working on this live. 10 cameras. And with 10 cameras, I don't care what league you're in, this is going to be an opportunity for everybody in the fishing world to watch and learn. And I get to dig in deep. Like when I'm watching what they're doing, it's like I'm standing in the boat with them. And fishermen don't always talk in just the way that we're going to be able to talk as a team. People, if you don't watch live, if you're wanting to be a professional in this world and do not watch the game, it's like somebody saying, I want to be a professional football player. Okay, but do you watch football? No.
That's killer.
Well, yeah, I think you need to watch football if you want to become a professional. So, yes, here's another opportunity where we can watch 10 and be able to bounce off these all 10, and we're going to be able to tell you what they're doing, why they're doing it, and what's going on in the brain, and you can sit there and learn. And we're just another platform for people to expose themselves to the industry, expose themselves to the fishing world, and to grow. And I'm excited because I get to sit there and talk and tell the world what is actually going on. Because just watching somebody fish through, whatever platform, a YouTube channel or whatever, just watching them catching fish, you may hear a little bit, but you don't get the goods. Like the
right. It's hard to hide the goods when you got that money on the line, that clock in the back of your head. You're not thinking about that. And a lot of things get slipped out there on that live coverage, man.
Right. There's no hiding anything on a professional live video, because we all can read what's going on, and a lot of times that doesn't transfer over into, say, a YouTube video or whatever other platform. But just being able to give fishermen another platform to join in, to learn, and to see what's actually going on. Fishermen, let's get real. Fishermen are quiet. They think they got some secret technique or something that they're not doing. Like, there's nothing new under the sun, as like in Ecclesiastes. There's nothing new under the sun, but it's whether or not you choose to tell the world what's going on while the camera's on you, and most of the time they're focused. So this platform at NPFL with 10 live cameras and a lot of new blood, some,
returning to the game.
Yes, returning to the game is going to be an awesome way for people to join in, learn, and to better that, hopefully to better themselves, to better their thought process, and to get where we need to go.
Absolutely, dude. And I think we were talking earlier today, and one of our owners said this: the fishing industry has almost done a disservice in a way to our young anglers. Like, you've got 2,000 boat high school tournaments in Texas now. You've got tons of college tournaments. BPT's got 80 spots. The Elite Series has got 100 spots at that top level. So we got all these people coming up, super passionate people, like, sports growing. The sport's growing, man. The sport's growing. But then when they all get out of high school and college, and they're like, man, I want to be a pro angler. If they don't get to one of those spots, and there's lots of stages and steps in between, right? They're gone. Then what do? Do they keep fishing? Do they move on to something else? So my thing is, people argue this back and forth. There needs to be one league for all. Like, we've seen that over the years. Dude, I've said this is not like the NFL.
Right.
It is not like the MLB. You have a better chance at being a Major League Baseball player than you do a professional fisherman, in my opinion. If you've got the skill set. If you have the skill set to be a pro angler, you might not get that chance. You just, due to life circumstances, whatever. It's like you're saying the LeBron James, there might be a basketball player out there that could have beat him, but might not ever got that chance, right? Even though LeBron is probably the worst example in the world because he's a freak of nature. But
he is.
Yeah, he is a freak of nature.
Yeah.
But that being said, offering up 125 other spots.
Who is LeBron James? No, all right, bad joke. Go ahead. Not a LeBron fan.
Dude, that's the second time today you got me.
Is it?
That's the second time today you got me. And I don't know why I can't pick up on it.
You'll get used to it.
I forget what the first one was, but you burned me bad, and I was like, really?
It was about Woo Dave's crocheting me a blanket.
It's exactly what
True
it was
story.
about. Oddly enough, it's exactly what it was about. You're like,
You actually thought Woo Dave's crocheted me a blanket.
It was the way you delivered it. You said,
thank you.
There's a big Woo Dave's picture behind us, and you said specifically, you know what else he's really passionate about? Because Dudley was talking about Woo, you were talking, and you said, oh yeah, man, with the class, he loves his hunting dogs, and you're saying all these things, and then you say, you know something else he's passionate about? Crocheting. And I was like, screw it. Like, what? And you go, yeah, he crocheted me. And when you said he crocheted me a quilt, then I was out. But the first thing I was like, because you were delivering, dude, it was delivered. It was there. So,
well, I appreciate that.
Dude, I don't know if that's good or bad. You should run for office, maybe. I don't know.
I fit right in, huh?
Yeah, you fit right in.
We'd all be in trouble.
Yeah.
All right, 125 anglers.
So now we have an opportunity, 125 anglers. And This thing has legs. It's real. Here we are. We're headed into Eufaula in 2 months, and we're going to get to show the world, like Dudley said, new anglers, new techniques, and having more fishing to watch. It's not a bad thing.
No.
You yourself, I want to ask you this, Dudley. You are like more winnings than anybody in FLW history. AOYs, Forest Wood Cup champ, tournament victories. You made the Bassmaster Classic however many times. You made it at 18 years old. You've been there. You yourself, though, are still a student and a fan of the game. You watch all the live. You told me that you watch all the live, whether it's Elite Series, BPT. If you don't make it, you watch all of it, right?
I soak it. I don't miss a minute.
Listen to that. If you're watching this, listen to that.
I don't
absorb that.
I don't miss a minute. It's you got to be.
If you're not fishing,
right?
You're watching.
Yep. If you, it's like an addiction. When it comes to live coverage of fishing, I am an addict of it. I'm not going to miss a second of it. I don't care if I'm busy. Maybe driving down the road. I don't care what I'm doing. It is going. I'm going to because here's the thing. Most of fishing shows is highlighted moments.
Yeah, it's highlight reel.
It's a highlight reel. But when you can watch it, I think we're going to have 7 hours of their 8-hour day to where we're covering them. You get to see the highs and lows. You get to see where he's, watching this guy throwing a spinnerbait, and then all of a sudden you can see his wheels turning.
Something changes.
Yeah. And then you watch that, and you watch how the chess game unfolds in front of your head. You watch them set up their day by going, hey, let me try a jig, and you're flipping a jig up. And then he's basically moving his chess piece over here, and then he's looking at how he's going to attack the day. He's looking at his army, and then all of a sudden he's like, checkmate. Got it. And he'll figure out they want a shaky head on bluffs with wind blowing on them. I don't know, something like that. And that chess game just comes to, but when you're watching that live and you watch that chess game, you're like, that was brilliant. You're not going to get that in a highlight film. You're not going to see the guy struggle. You're only going to see him move his piece there, but you didn't see the whole game of the chess game unfold right in front of your head. So yes, if you're not a live watcher, you better be watching these 6 tournaments when me, Fat Cat, and Luke start talking and narrating.
You are a good narrator.
Yeah. Tune in.
But when you start hearing the chess game unfold, that is going to be epic in for people high school level. College. Even professionals like me, I watch every single minute of it. So I'm excited to be able to watch these guys. And it's really not even about lures. It's the mental game. It's watching the game unfold and see how they attack the day, how they attack the game. How are you moving your queen around? How are you moving your pawn around? And you get to watch, and the next thing you know, the guy who's going to catch the biggest bag is going, checkmate.
And they're handing him a really cool trophy. We got to see a picture of that last night. I wish I could post on the screen. I know. Can't. Yeah. Super sneaky, top secret NPFL business right there. But it's cool. It's like it's really cool.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Everybody will probably dig it. I got a question for him real quick.
Okay, bring it.
So at National Professional Fishing League, we're not looking to reinvent the wheel of tournament fishing. So a lot of things are going to be the same as others, yada, yada, yada. But one thing that will help us not necessarily stand out, but would definitely be different is 125 anglers fishing all 3 days.
Yeah.
That's, to me, like that's different. Like as far as, like we talked about earlier, man, you're an 80th on day 2. You can go into day 3, and who knows, you can just crack into something. So many times, man, if I just had one more day.
Right.
Yeah, or things start changing with the weather.
Sure.
Or things starts coming back around that maybe you found in practice that went away the first, whatever.
Exactly. When you get a 3-day opportunity, the cream of the crop is going to come to the top. 2 days, you're like,
write it down and put it on the T-shirt.
That's what I'm talking about.
Can we go back to that real quick? Sorry to cut you off, but come on.
It flowed, son.
Cream of the crop is going to rise to the top. You sound like Macho Man Randy Savage. So.
But it's true, though. Sometimes it may take a day and a half, and then you made a charge towards a check. And the great thing about this league is this is high money, high stakes. We're not hoping to get these anglers aren't hoping to get their entry fee back. They're going to get their entry fee back and make money. When they go back to their wife and say, look what I brought home. Well, you paid $1,800 in an entry fee and you won $2,300 like in some tournaments.
Yeah.
You spent $2,600. No, he's going to be able to go back and say,
be proud of it.
Yes, look at what I'm doing. And that's what's great about it. It's given an opportunity for anglers at a high stake, tournament where they can actually make money.
No doubt about it.
They're making good money and they can actually make a living. And a lot of the circuits out there are feeder circuits to get it to an opportunity where you can make money.
That's right.
Here we got the opportunity. So
right out of the jump.
Yeah.
Like right out of the jump, you've got an opportunity to make money, have 21 hours of live cover. If you catch them, you're fixing to be plastered all over everything we got. I mean, it's a rare opportunity. Like you're saying, the guys that normally get this opportunity are the dudes that have qualified for the Elite Series. Mm-hmm. They have qualified for what was the FLW Tour or BPT. Now, here we go, starting fresh. You get a chance.
That's right.
To come out. And, man, it's going to be something. I mean, dude, I can't imagine that final weigh-in that you fought. Like, just watching it all come together, being the first one ever, like it does feel like, and I hope that people can understand what's going on, right? And I feel like you guys will echo that, like being down here this weekend to get like it's a cool feeling. Yeah. It's like being a part of this on ground zero. I hope that we can look back 10 years from now and go, dude, that was insane, man. Like you follow us cool. Remember when Fat Cat stole the trophy and got in the truck like Shooter McGavin and went home.
Was fighting an alligator down there by the boat ramp. They had an alligator in a headlock.
But man, I think it'll be really cool. And like I said, meeting the anglers, just seeing the excitement. And they're anxious, right? They're a little nervous. Get them on camera. They're like, they really don't know what to think about all of this. And you got to think, too, you're coming into a room, and a lot of them didn't know Double D was going to be here. So you walk around a corner and it's like, oh, here's the low budget live guy. Okay, what's up, Luke? And I know some of the guys, right? And what's up, Fat Cat? And they're like,
I'm sure.
Oh, damn, is Dudley fishing?
Yes, right.
Wait a second. Hey, can I get my money back? But it's like, hey, here's the freaking goat.
Man.
They're going to be thinking a little bit. I have a feeling they're going to be like, dang. Dudley's narrating what I'm doing, or whatever you call it. They're probably going to might commentate. He might make might make a bad cast, and that little voice is like, Dudley's probably lying.
Well, here's the thing. They got 3 strikes against him because he don't play. I don't play. I've had some messages, and this guy's joking. Some of our anglers are like, now listen, man, I want to hear you smart mouth.
all the ones I met.
And I'm like, look, hey, you signed up.
That's right.
You signed up.
That's
if
right.
you listen to LBL, and you are brutally honest.
Yeah.
So because you've done FLW lives before, like I had. You love to talk fishing.
I do.
And do you think that you'll ever, like on a broadcast, me and you were sitting there, B's out on the water, and we see some crazy decision, and we watch a guy this year give away a tournament. He had a chance to win. Mm-hmm. Do you think that Dudley, can we get a promise right here? Because B and I promise transparency and honesty. Can we get a promise right here that you're going to be like, why is he doing that?
Where's the Bible at? Where's the Bible at? I'll put behind Trey. There will be brutal honest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like me saying, in my brutest honest opinion, I should have done this. and maybe I didn't get a checkmate, and maybe he got a checkmate. But
brutal's not even the right word. I don't think brutal's the right word.
Just saying,
There's no, you are going to voice your opinion. You don't sugarcoat. Like that donut you ate earlier, you're the opposite of that donut, my friend. You know what I mean? You are not going to sugarcoat nothing. You're not there to hurt anybody's feelings to be brutal, but you are not. You're going to tell them how it is.
I want people to understand this game. Fishing is a absolute fun sport. It's not prejudice, color. We can tell age, nothing in this game, and so anybody can learn at any age. And I feel like I would be a disservice to people if I didn't tell them exactly how I see the game. I want to share what knowledge I have to the other people, so them being able to come to NPFL, and hopefully I can enable people to learn. And I would feel, like I said, I feel like I'm giving a disservice if I saw his move in that game, or out on the water, and I saw his move, and I just generally just said a comment. And deep down inside, I would be like, why am I here? Well, why am I even sitting behind this mic? Because I know what just happened. I could see what his thoughts were. And if I can't express that and teach the world, whether it's a young generation, old generation, doesn't matter, color, race, blah, blah, all that stuff, if I can't be honest and let people learn and get excited about an industry that I'm excited about, I shouldn't be behind this mic. So, yes, I think we're both going to be, whoosh, this is what we see.
As long as you keep your abs up, I'll keep my guns up, son. That's what I got to say. Hey, I want to do something real quick, because we got a guy off stage here that I feel like I want to let slide in right here and holler in this mic. Brad Full, come here. First of all, no offense to Paul Benson or Al McCullough, best beard at NPFL right here.
Oh, yeah.
This is the best
Yes.
beard.
You're too kind,
This is the best beard. So I want to ask you, right here, speaking to yonder can, how excited are you about the team you've assembled? And that's a very narcissistic question, but you know what? I want to look you in the face and ask you.
Look, man, I'm a professional ego stroker.
Okay.
So, we're in the right business. Look, man, we started talking about this weekend. I'm like, look, I want to get the team together. I want to get everybody here. And I want to see what we got, right? Because it's one thing to, David, you and I talked multiple times on the phone, Luke, you know what I mean? So when you're putting this together, you have a image in your mind about how this is going to shake out. You don't know. No. You know what I mean? You don't know. Al, Paul, myself, we brought some anglers down. I'm like, hey guys, we're going to know after this weekend what we got, right?
Yeah.
And to see you guys work together, and to see the anglers, and to see the way it all is it's just a little itty bitty taste of what the world's getting ready to see that I got to see this weekend. Look, dude, we hit a home run. Like there's a ton of work. Nothing's going to be given to us. Everything is going to be earned, but we've got the right people in the right places, and not just you three goats. You know what I mean? But Tanner, Travis, working with the team up in Wisconsin with Brian and his guys and Kyle, like. When we all just kind of slowly slip those pieces together, and boom goes the dynamite.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll be honest.
I like that.
I said this earlier today. I mean, you should run for office, bro. Yeah, that camera quit a long time ago. We got the GoPro working right there, and then we got the Big Cats camera.
Do you want to reset that?
Twist. No, the card's full. I didn't realize it. Twist that around just a little bit. There we go. That's fine. Nobody
top notch, man. Top notch.
Hey, well, I don't know if you know this or not. The show is called Low Budget Live, so it's very low budget.
Hey, listen,
this is the most help I ever had.
If this year goes good, maybe next year it'll be mediocre.
Could be
Budget Live.
Medium budget live.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you this. I'm gonna put you on the spot again. How quick do you think out of this group? Now you got me. You know everybody knows my. My
rep.
Yeah, I tend to. Yeah, and the highway does not know my name,
right.
Brad. It doesn't, and I don't care. You got the Big Cat. We all know. He's going to do his thing. We just talked about Dudley. You follow. How much of a leash do we get? And what's the over/under on when we get in trouble? Go.
And we'll peel. You want to peel the curtain back?
I mean, yeah.
So that's what this is all about, right?
This is recorded record. So if you give us any leeway, just remember, I'm going to go, Brad, Article 7 right here on LBL
So,
January 11th.
I don't think Dave and I have had this discussion. You've had it with me.
Yeah,
We've had it together. David, this is the first time you're going to hear this. I dare you. I dare you to make me do something.
Careful.
Here's the thing, man. There's a reason we went out and got the team we got. Like, when I would have labeled my dream list out and all this thing, right? Like, you and I talked, I was like, hey, man, what do you think about Dudley? You know what I mean? Like, dude, I watched a video you two did together. You were deathly ill on the Potomac.
Yeah, you were sick. Yeah.
Right? And I called him. I'm like, hey, man, like, David and they did really well together, man. What do you think? And I was like, give me his number. And I think we hooked up.
And I think I told you, yeah, I mean, he's been good. He's not going to do it, but yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Well, I just didn't know.
I was caught way off guard. When I heard David Dudley, I was like, crazy. He ain't doing it. Not happening.
And I think and we'll get back to your original question, and I want to get this out there. Like, bringing you in, David, to me was just a solidification of what I wanted to have as a live stream team, right? And with what you bring, with your tournament experience, and not just that, man, but the way you carry yourself in the industry, the respect you demand because of not what you say, but what you do. And everything like that. You know what I mean? It's just, hey, man, there's a reason we were all put here at this time in this place to do this. And I think that is going to come through with what we put out there. Are we going to make mistakes? Absolutely. But we find out what we're made of in those moments of failure and how we handle those, right? We've had this discussion. I've got a very staunch belief in how we conduct ourselves, how we do our work. But look, man, I want you guys, I've told you, LBL, your YouTube stuff, I want you guys to do you. And if it's anything else, I'm going to be pissed off. Like, I'm going to come to you and be like, hey, bro.
So we're going to get in trouble for not getting in trouble.
I'm just like, there's a reason.
Okay.
There's a reason we put this team together. And I'm not, I'm like, hey, don't go set the world on fire just to prove a point. But when things need to be done or said, that's an expectation of performance. Like, hey, man, I don't think he did the right thing there. Maybe that dude comes back and proves you wrong, but you're the kind of guy who would be like, hey, man, he proved me wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it worked out for him. We didn't think it would work out for him.
And that's all part of it. So I'm extremely excited. This weekend has solidified my belief in what we did, and I'm super excited to see what you guys do. We got a lot of work left to do, but it's coming together, man. It's the hard work, the long sleepless nights. Like I've told you, I'm like, bro, I don't sleep a lot. Like I lay down at night and I just see I see weigh-ins and how many steps is it to get from here to here, like the finite details of what we're going to do. And you've seen some of that at the weekend. Like I hope we're strategically and tactically approaching this thing to set you guys up. That's my job. Provide you guys the platform, provide the anglers the field to go out and execute. And let's just mesh it all together, working with our team in Wisconsin to bring it to the world. It's all working out. Like every time we turn a corner and we see an issue or a problem or roadblock, we navigate it, and you're better on the other side of it. That's getting somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's making hay, as they say.
First of all, I want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Yep.
So we got right here.
Suck up.
And, well, listen. If we get a chance to suck up A and B, get basically pardoned for anything that we're ever going to do on the same episode, we got to take a chance. So I say get to sucking up.
Yeah.
All right? Because
he knew what he was getting into when he got it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Listen, first call he and I ever had, it was like, I said, hey, man, I was concerned. I said, I don't want to give up Luke, right? Like, I don't want to I'm very proud of LBL, and I like, the fact that the lowlifers tune in and whatever. And he goes, we want you to be you, dude. We don't want you to not be you because you're employed by us. Like, we want Luke. Always be you no matter what. And he said, like, if we do something, like, tell me. Talk about it. Do whatever. So I think it's awesome, dude. And let's go.
Shake and bake.
Let's go shake and bake. Let's go shake and bake. Brad Fuller, right there, dude. If you can't listen to these guys and get excited, and the only thing that I'm kind of mad about is that they call me the host instead of the fish. Because every time I hear the speeches, I'm like, where's my stuff? Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready for you follow, but I'm like, going to be here.
Me and you gonna be sitting in there just drooling, watching them catch all these studs, and we're gonna be sitting in a room watching all this
climbing
action.
Up the windows.
Right. We're probably gonna get on, whatever. We end at 4:00. Me and Luke are gonna be like,
let's go. You get a line, I get a pole. Boy. Fat Cat's got a camera boat driver. He's gonna swing by and grab us.
Yeah, we're gonna get excited.
We'll be out there in the witch's ditch.
And the witch looking for bigger.
What other community holes are here that we're gonna be hearing about?
The Witch's Ditch is the most popular one on this lake as far as just like terminology wise. There's a lot of little areas, but the Witch's Ditch is like the one. My every trip I've ever been here, it's like and it goes down up there. I mean, they catch them in that general area.
There will be. I reckon we can do it. There will be one or two top tens.
Out of the ditch, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that time of year 10, for sure.
It'll be one or two top tens from there.
And I say that this lake's changed a lot. I know you fished BPT here last year, and it was different from the last time you were here with FLW, and it goes through cycles like a lot of lakes. In the most recent big terms, obviously the BPT you fished, and we saw Wheeler win it offshore, and it was
in a muddy.
It was a very it was a shocking thing, really. I mean, we're like you're saying, still learning. That was when I watched his final hour in that event. You're like, what? But you still had guys up shallow. And that was February, though, right? Mm. You guys were a month earlier than what we'll see.
So, yeah.
So we're probably going to be more fully progressed, I would think, into swim jigging, chatter baiting, some sight fishing, spinner baiting, just flipping, power fishing, big time. And you could have a lot of fish that have already spawned too, because that's just this far south. But I think we're going to hit it. Right, it's going to be like right on the freaking
our
head.
10 camera box will be okay. He just caught a 3.5. All right, well he caught a 4. Let's go to him.
It's going to be the guys in the truck are going to have trouble.
Yeah, they're going to be all these boxes. We're going to be like, go to box 2, go to box 1, go to box 7.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So I want to ask both of y'all this before we end this. I want to thank y'all for letting me set this up in this amazing kitchen studio setup.
On the chairs, if you sit on the toilet too long, your legs go numb.
Yeah.
It happened about 15 minutes ago. I'm just gonna fall off any time now. I'm barely keeping balance.
Probably would,
like Humpty Dumpty.
We'll get the most views of any podcast on NPFL history if you just go down. I'm gonna clickbait it and be like,
who's gonna fix the floor when I fall? You know what I mean? This could be terrible.
We met the maintenance guy today during the meeting. We'll call up Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Get him on over here. So I want to ask y'all. All the talk is about Eufaula because we're at Eufaula. It's our inaugural event, but obviously 5 other tournaments and a championship, which we haven't announced the location of yet. What out of that schedule? We go right Patman Lake, which has never had a professional level event of this size. There, I don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about it. I mean,
a lot of stumps. A lot of stumps.
Other than the research, then we got Harris Chain, which has a lot of You guys are going to go there. BPT is going to go there before, but we're the last week of May, first week of June. Then we're going to Pickwick, July. Not really a lot of events there that time of year. I mean, local events, but that's going to be interesting. Then we go to Winnebago, which BPT before your time went there. I feel like our deal will fish it. I feel like we'll fish it a little different in a 5-fish thing, Then Grand Lake at a tough time of year, but a great lake. So out of those, which one are you looking forward to the most? I'll start with the Big Cat before he passes it on.
Just Winnebago. I've never been to Winnebago. It's 130,000 acre lake. It's the biggest lake in the country. I'm just interested to get there and see what it's about, to be honest. I've never been there. And the little bit of chirping I've heard about it might show out. So
because I'll be honest with you,
it's going to show out the numbers for sure. Like
BPT, it wasn't like there wasn't a lot of big fish caught when they were there.
They're going to roll through them. That time they're going to roll through some numbers.
But what kind of weights are y'all hearing? Because I don't know that much about what kind of 5-fish weights are we thinking? Because
between 86, 87 pounds. No. Dude, and I'll be honest, and I know I need to change but I don't even right now. All I've been thinking about, I guess I should think more about pounds. I'm just thinking about entertaining and catching fish, and I just feel like the fish are going to be caught. We all want to see 10-pounders caught. That's why we have Harris Chain. That's why we got you follow
Pickwick.
You know what I mean?
Lake. Yeah.
And plus Winnebago, not to cut you off. It's going to be Fat Man weather up there, hopefully. That's what I'm looking
Good
forward
luck.
to.
August in Wisconsin is gonna feel like South Carolina, son.
Ain't no way.
You finna get some. You fixing to have some.
No, you're lying.
Come on,
Lies.
It's hot. Well, the tournament that's going to be interesting is that July Pickwick one.
I'm going to be sick that week.
I got the COVID. I got it.
I'll catch something. I'll be out there licking toilet seats just trying to catch something. Dude, it's not, dude. Fat man friendly, man. Like, it's. Anyway, what you got?
All right, what you got? Double T. Take us out on it, Double T. What you got? You ain't licking no toilet seats.
No.
You done had the COVID that saved your life. You survived it.
I'm trying to lose weight.
Which event are you looking most forward to?
I'm actually, out of all of it, I think Eufaula is going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be, like, you're dealing with like, the further you get along the year, you're always going to have the top end be, kind of heavy, and then there's going to be a big gap between the people who have a spot when they get all ganged up, but when they're spread out and anglers are ready, they can just go shallow and do their deal. I think they're going to train wreck them here. Train wreck them. So
and this place has been really good the last 3 or 4 years.
We're going to see some hot action in that one. So I'm going to go with Eufaula. The start of the year is going to be good.
I see you looking at me.
Yeah, what you got?
Harris Chain.
Harris
Chain's mine because there's not a lot of big events in Florida after January, February. That's always been like the thing. We're starting at Okeechobee, February, January, going to Toho, going to Harris Chain. And BPT last year, tip of the hat to them. I thought Heavy Hitters in June was one of the coolest events of the whole year in professional fishing because it was different technique. I mean, and dude, it was a little tougher, but when you found him and you saw Jordan Lee, dude, he's catching them like different ways than what we typically see in Florida. And I think the Harris Chain will be no different because I think Harris Chain is one of those like it's got deep water. Like you got some 20-foot water in a Harris Chain, and it's going to be a different Florida tournament. Yes, you will have flipping and grass patterns, that typical Florida stuff lily pads will play. But then you could see some dude on some isolated shell bar that we normally do. That one intrigues me the most to see overall what the weights are at the end of 3 days, what it looks like to get a check and what it takes to win. That's the one I'm like, all right, I can't wait for that one.
I think the side scanning for brim beds is going to be the winner.
Hey, okay.
When them brim are going to be spawning and them giants get all over them brim beds, and I have a feeling everybody's going to be side scanning, looking for the brim beds.
Okay.
They're going to be it's going to be one offshore, right? It will be in Florida.
1,000%.
Right.
Yeah.
It will be one
1,000%.
offshore in Florida
so.
on brim beds is what I'm going to say.
Dang it. Right here, looking at all the other cameras because some of them are dead, some of them ended. I like it. I like it, Dudley. Boys, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all y'all listening to this.
Man, appreciate
we appreciate the NPFL for putting up with us and giving us this opportunity to bring y'all some more live fishing. And, man, we just hope y'all all tune in when this kicks off at Eufaula. And give us a chance, man. We got new commentators, production come. Do this all new. We're all the rookies. It's freshman year. We ain't varsity yet.
But we're not expecting.
We're going to be.
Yeah, and we're not expecting anybody to go easy on us. We already know what's going to happen.
Bring it. Bring it. We got thick skin, son.
This team's got the thickest skin of the whole industry.
You're
not going to ruffle my feathers.
Nah, you can't.
You're not going to ruffle.
It's impossible. And make sure, like I always say, hug your mama, hug your dad. And I just appreciate y'all. Every single one of y'all tune in every single week. All you low-lifers, I'll see you next week. Going to take you out with some Biloxi Blues, and I'm going to make Fat Cat singing. Here we go. This is the second verse. Fat Cat, go ahead. It's going to be in your headphones. Here, let's go.
North, south, wherever the wind.
I've never heard this song. How's it go?
Chris Stapleton recorded it.
It's highway.
Yeah, let's go.
Know my name.
I don't care.
No.
I don't care.
There we go.
Start on highway for another place, and I died.
Dudley on the vocals. $2 in a spare. I like that. That would have been a better line.
Here we go.
With a white line gypsy with down Mississippi with just enough gas to get there.
We're out.
job, buddy.
If you'd have told me David Dudley would be on our live show or our
Sing it.
podcast, sing it.